You are now live, and
Ma'am?
again, you are now live streaming. And again, for those who are just joining us, you're tuning into Why Be an Entrepreneur. You'll find this program here every Saturday, exploring the
Okay,
benefits
there we are.
of entrepreneurship and how to establish successful businesses. Over to you, Imam Tariq.
Okay. Assalamualaikum. I'm gonna go ahead and open up with Surah Al-Fatiha. Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. Alhamdulillahi Rabbil Alameen. Ar-Rahmanir Rahim. Maliki Yawmiddin. Iyyaka na'budu wa iyyaka nasta'in. Ihdina as-sirata al-mustaqim. صراط الذين أنعمت عليهم غير المغضوب عليهم ولا الضالين آمين. Give me just one more second. I'm going to switch out from my phone here, the laptop. Assalamualaikum. Are you all hearing me?
Yes,
Assalamualaikum.
yes,
Yes, we can
we
hear you,
I
Brother
hear you
Imam. Yes.
loud and clear. Loud and clear. Praise to Allah.
Assalamualaikum.
you being
Wow,
heard.
look at my phone.
Oh, okay then. All right. My apologies for this brief delay. We're going to go ahead and get started, and we want to welcome and thank everyone for joining another edition of Why Be an Entrepreneur. In today's presentation, we will be discussing cash flow, what it is, how it works, and how to analyze it. And first, we'll start where we have always been starting, is welcoming you with a few quotes from Imam Tariq Muhammad. Is the screen, are you all seeing the screen?
Yes.
Okay, thank you.
Well, we see you. We don't see your slides, if that's what you're
That's
asking.
it. Okay. I don't know what the problem is.
Did you share your screen?
That's what it's supposed to have already be set up to do. And
Okay,
I don't
let me see if I can.
thought it was in the previous presentation, it went there automatically.
Okay,
Okay.
you are now the host, so try it again.
Hope I don't disconnect that. Okay. There we go. Okay, I got it now.
We now see your screen.
Okay, thank you all. Again, okay, assalamu alaikum. As usual, we want to thank you all for joining us to Why Be an Entrepreneur. And so we're going to go ahead to why we are here concerning this organization is organized to make sure that the enthusiasm for business growth stays with us, to make sure as many people as possible are involved with business in our neighborhoods. We are promoting and keeping things happening. And we have quotes here from Imam Tariq Muhammad, our business people, who we know is the son of the Honorable Elijah Muhammad. May God peace and blessing be with the both of them. He says, our business people have to see our roots in the Honorable Elijah Muhammad's call to financial responsibility, to business development, to some economic plan. We can't deny him that credit that he has earned. He was the one who excited us, the African American people. It was excitement to have a bigger appetite for not only wealth, but also for bigger responsibility that gives bigger respect to a people. We have to grow financially. Our community cannot support our schools, our mosques, our religious and spiritual needs if we don't have money. We have to have some money. I am not going to be stupid sitting around here waiting on some rich Arab, some rich Iranian to give us some money. I don't want that. My self-respect don't want that. So the best way is the way that the Honorable Elijah Muhammad taught us, do for self. I think as Muslims, we should just shout. When someone says, come, let us make an effort to improve our business circumstances. We should just shout, hey, let's go, let's go. We should be ready to go. We have to get rid of the fear of not being able to succeed in business. To a point in our growth as Muslims, as a Muslim community in America, that if we don't create finances for ourselves, for our children, we can't and won't grow anymore as an impactful and productive community in America. You just can't have Islamic life in your heart and in your spirit. Islamic life has to be expressed in Islamic structures. Islamic life has to be expressed in halal businesses. Islamic life has to be expressed in homes owned by Muslims and factories owned by Muslims. Yes, in productive land owned by Muslims. Excuse me, in product, excuse me, transportation for shipping products owned by Muslims, in cars and buses and trains, trucks, trains, and airplanes owned by Muslims. And last, we cannot have a healthy morale, good morale for our community if we don't have a showing in business growth or business development. It's a must. It will be heavy on our souls. It will be taxing our spirit if we don't have a business showing in our community. Business is a must. You have to produce for yourself. Take care of your own. That means your own neighborhood too. We need people of like interests, especially business interests. If you know each other and you know something is happening in your area by persons of good character, and they are contributing to the business growth of our association of members, their people in their locale should try to tie up with them if they have like minds and like interests tied together. And we do need organizations that organize just to make sure that the enthusiasm for business growth stays with us, and to make sure as many people as possible are involved with business of our neighborhood. We need organizations just for business people to promote and keep things happening. That is by Imam Muhammad. May Allah mercy and blessings be with him. Do anyone have any input, comments on any of those slides? Please do so. Anyone? All right, we'll go on. We want to make mention of the CWSC Community Rashura Conference and American Muslim 360. We're at our annual end of the year telethon. Thank you for supporting CWSC AM 360 to help us financially secure our intelligentsia operations. Take a moment now and help us reach our $10,000 goal by making your tax deductible contribution at cwsc.us. Pardon me for my typo. I've got a habit of that. I checked it time and time again and I still missed it. Click on the blue donate button located at the top right of our home pages to make convenient, safe, and secure contribution online in whatever amount is comfortable for you. It's not the size of the contribution, but it is each of us doing our part to the best of our ability. You can make a one-time recurring contribution, which enable us to better forecast our operating revenue. And now we have your support each month to maintain and expand operation. If you have any difficulty at all in making your gift, please call us at 910-317-0297, and a representative will be happy to assist. Our most popular recurring giving level is $9.99 a month, or 33 cents a day. And it's a small individual amount based on all of us doing our part to ensure our intelligence is strong and ready to remake the world. A recurring contribution means the monthly amount is automatically deducted from your designated account to CWSC. You can cancel anytime. Of course, while your contributions are tax deductible, it is the multiplied blessings of charity, especially during this month, that give the greatest reward of your generosity. You can also call in your gift by phone at 910-317-0297 and tell us your name, telephone, and email, and a representative will assist you with making your contribution. If you would like to mail in a gift, make your check or money order payable to CWSC and mail it to CWSC Incorporated, Marina Village, 4905 34th Street S, number 185, St. Petersburg, Florida, 33711-4511. Any comments while we switch and go to our next one? Please do so at this time. Okay. So what we're going to go ahead and do, we're going to go ahead and get into the presentation. And we're going to start with cash flow, how it works, and how to analyze it. Okay, cash flow, what it is, how it works, and how to analyze it. Why am I being challenged this morning with all this? Again, cash flow, what it is, how it works, and how to analyze it. Definition: cash flow is the total amount of money being transferred into and out of a business, or the net amount of cash and cash equivalents being transferred in and out of a company. That's come from Investopedia definition. What is cash flow? Cash flow is the movement of money into and out of a business over a certain period of time. If the business inflows of cash exceed its outflows, and net cash flow is positive. If outflows exceed inflows, it's negative. Public companies must report their cash flows on their financial statements. This information can be of the great interest to investors as an indicator of a business's financial health, especially combined with other data. Key takeaways: cash flow is the amount of money coming in and out of a business. Net cash flows is calculated by subtracting total cash outflow from total cash flow. A business cash flow statement reports its sources and use of cash over a certain period of time. Cash flow can be categorized as cash flows from operations, from investing, and from financing. Formula and calculation of cash flow. You can easily calculate a business net cash flow using this formula. NCF equal TCI to TCO. And we have here where the TCI is the total cash flow, total cash flow, TCO, total cash outflow. Understanding cash flow. Cash flow refers to the money that goes in and out of a business. Businesses take money from sales as revenues inflow and spend money on expenses outflow. They may also receive income from interest, investments, royalties, and licensing agreement and sell products on credit rather than for immediate cash. Assessing cash flows is essential for evaluating a business's liquidity, flexibility, and overall financial performance. Positive cash flow indicates that a company's liquid assets are increasing, enabling it to cover obligations, reinvest in its business, return money to shareholders, pay expenses, and provide a buffer against future financial flexibility for better, especially when the economy experiences a downturn, by avoiding the cost of financial distress. Cash flow are reported on a cash flow statement, which is a standard financial statement that shows a business's cash sources and used over a specific period. Corporate management analysts and investors use this statement to judge how well a business is able to pay its debts and manage its operating expenses. The cash flow statement is one of the several financial statements issued by public companies, which also include a balance sheet and an income statement. Cash flow statement. The cash flow statement acts as a corporate checkbook to reconcile a business's balance sheet and income statement. The cash flow statement includes the bottom line, recorded as the net increase, decrease in cash and cash equivalents. The bottom line reports the overall change in the business's cash and cash equivalents over the last period. Types of cash flow. Cash flow from operations describes money flows involved directly with production and sale of goods from ordinary operations, also known as operating cash flow or OCF, as well as net cash from operating activities. CFO indicates whether or not a business has enough funds coming in to pay its bills or operating expenses. It is calculated by taking cash received from sales and subtracting operating expenses that were paid in cash for the period. Cash flow from investing, that's CFI. Cash flow from investing or investing cash flow reports how much cash has been generated or spent from various investment-related activities in a specific period. Invested activities include purchases of speculative assets, investment in securities, or sales of securities or assets. Negative cash flow from investing activities might be due to significant amounts of cash being invested in the business, such as research and development, and is not always a warning sign. Cash flow from financing. Cash flow from finances, CFF, shows the net flows of cash used to fund the business in its capital. CFF is also commonly referred to as financing cash flow. Financing activities include transactions involving the insurance of debt or equity and paying dividends. Cash flow from financing activities provides investors with insight into a business, financial strength, and how well its capital structure is managed. How to analyze cash flows. Using the cash flow statement in conjunction with other financial statements can help analysts and investors make informed decisions and recommendations. Often used measures include free cash flow. Is a measure of financial performance that shows how much money the company has left over to expand the business or return to shareholders after paying dividends, buying back stock, or paying off debt. Unlevered free cash flow, the UFCF, measures the gross FCF generated by business before taking interest payments into account. Cash flow to net income ratio. This is the ratio of a business's net cash flow and income with an optimum goal of 1:1. Current liability coverage ratio. This ratio assesses the business's ability to cover its current liabilities with the cash flow from operations. Price to cash flow ratio. Here, the operating cash flow per share is divided by the stock price. Cash flow example. The following is the cash flow statement for, and this is Walmart, for the fiscal year ending on January 31, 2025. All amounts are in millions of US dollars. Walmart's investment in property, plant, and equipment and acquisitions of other businesses are accounted for in the cash flows from investing activity section. Proceeds from issuing long-term debt, debt repayments, and dividends paid out are accounted for in the cash flows from financing activities section. Walmart's cash flow was negative, showing a net decrease of $399 million, which indicates that it lost cash in the business and drained from its reserves to handle short-term liabilities and calculations in the future. And that's the little you can see the little chart over there from that consolidated statement of cash flows. How are cash flows different from revenues? Cash flow refers to the amount of money moving into and out of a business, while revenue represents the income the business earned on sales of its products and services. What is the difference between cash flow and profit? Again, cash flow simply describes the flow of cash into the in and out of a business. Profit is the amount of money the business has left subtracting its expenses from its revenues. What is free cash flow and why is it important? Free cash flow is the money left over after a business pays for its operating expenses and any capital expenditures. Businesses are free to use FCF however they choose to. Free cash flow is considered an important measure of a business's profitability and financial health. Why is the price to cash flow ratio used? The price to cash flow ratio compares a stock's price to its operating cash flow per share. PCF is especially used for valuing stocks with a positive cash flow, but that are not profitable because of large non-cash charges. Do companies need to issue a cash flow statement? Yes. In the case of public companies, cash flow statements have been required by the Financial Accounting Standards Board since 1987. The bottom line, cash flow refers to money that goes in and out of a business. Businesses with a positive cash flow have more money coming in than they are spending. However, cash flow alone can sometimes provide a deceptive picture of a business's financial health. So it is often used in conjunction with other data. And that concludes that one. Do anyone have any questions or concerns or need to go back over one of the slides? Please do so. Comments? Is anyone hand up? Manira, you see anyone hand up?
No, you don't have any hands up at this point.
Okay. All right, and we have one more. The next one is 8 ways to improve business cash flow. Eight ways to improve business cash flow. Whether small or large business cash flow. Big or small, every business should always be looking for ways to improve their cash flow. Cash flow is the overall amount of the cash that's going in and out of a business, such as revenue and investments, as well as debts and expenses. The long-term success of a company is likely to be determined by its ability to not only create, but to also maintain positive cash flows. Even businesses that have experienced growth and success can have cash flow problems if their financial operations are not effective. In fact, many businesses face cash flow problems when they do not have the revenue to support or pay their debts. Not having any cash receivables to pay off debts payables on I'm gonna put this thing on set of other change or action that also affect a business in terms of credit worthiness and the timeline payroll. Why is it important to improve cash flow? Before outlining strategies that can be implemented to improve cash flow, let's first discuss why it's important for businesses to improve cash flow in the first place. Understanding the flow of the money leaving and entering a business can paint a better picture of the business's financial status. Not only that, but having strong cash flow can allow businesses to both meet their existing financial obligations as well planned for the future. Overall good management of cash flow can lead to smoother day-to-day business operation and help business leaders build up funds and reserves that may be necessary for unexpected situations or emergencies. To prevent cash flow issues from cropping up, businesses should take precautions and actionable steps to ensure they are set up for the future. Here are 8 ways businesses can work to improve their cash flow. 1, set your long-term vision. First and foremost, it can be difficult for businesses to set processes to manage cash flow if they don't understand the long-term vision. One of the main purposes of managing cash flow properly is to anticipate and plan for future cash-related needs, such as a recession, dip in the market, slow season, or other unexpected circumstances. Taking a proactive approach to your cash flow management can set your business up for success in the midst of difficult times and seasonal trends. Number 2, automate your invoice process. Automating this process can ensure that your invoices get sent out immediately and thereby minimize the possibility for delays on collecting your receivables. Eliminating the aspect of human error can make sure you get your invoices out on time and increase the chances of receiving your payments as soon as possible. You also want to make sure that your invoices are clear and free of confusion to prevent late payments. Number 3, leverage electronic payments. Electronic payments can help businesses buy time by allowing them to pay on the day of the bill deadline rather than mailing in a check a few days in advance of the deadline. In an increasingly digital world, electronic payments can give businesses an advantage when it comes to avoiding the lag that comes with old-fashioned mailing. Number 4, Don't let your existing cash go to waste. There's nothing worse than letting your existing cash collect dust when it could instead grow. Businesses can do this by moving their cash from low or non-interest bearing accounts. Another way businesses can grow their existing cash is by looking towards the future and prepaying expenses to get ahead. Number 5, optimize your inventory. Businesses should be regularly checking in on their inventory to see what works, what doesn't work, what needs to go, and what can be replaced. After all, it's better to determine any new inventory that can be brought on that may be better received by your customers. Additionally, businesses can sell old inventory at a discount in an attempt to get rid of it. 6, identify which business functions you can outsource. Employing full-time staff can be one of the fastest cash burners for businesses, especially small ones. However, in the growing world of freelance and contract workers, it's no longer necessary to hire full-time in-house employees for certain functions. Instead, businesses can work to outsource specific functions in order to pay only for the services they require. Doing so not only saves the cost of paying a full-time employee, but also that of recruitment and replacing employees in the face of turnover. 7, vet your customers. When it comes to receiving payments, there's nothing worse than having to worry about whether or not it will come through. This is why it's important to vet your customers by conducting credit checks. Credit checks will allow you to see which customers are best set up to honor the agreements they have with you and pay their bills on time so that you can do the same. If a client were to have poor credit, this may affect a business's decision to work with them. Number 8, don't be afraid to raise your prices. While it can seem imitating to raise prices, businesses should be experimenting with price ranges in accordance with market demand and economic fluctuations. Not only that, but businesses should see how much their customers are willing to pay for their products and services in order to determine where to set each price point for the present and the future. And so, companies' growth and scales. As your business grows and scales, it's great to be excited, but it's also important to make sure your processes are geared to make sure you can maintain a positive cash flow from month to month through normal business operations. And that concludes that one. I'm going to go back to slide 8 about don't be afraid to raise your prices. This one, I've experienced this and people questioning why such and such costs so much. And particularly, sometimes dealing with our own ethnic group of people, not understanding the quality that you or the service that you bring that other people don't bring. And that sometimes outweighs that, has more weight than that product itself, quality, more or less the service, well, no, the quality of the product, pardon me. And so you shouldn't be afraid to do that. They question why's your prices like this? So you shouldn't have to really justify that with them. And just look for that next person who don't question things. Anyone else have any input? Or do we need to go back to a slide? Please do so. Talk to me. Anyone? Minerva, do we have anyone with a hand up or anything? I'm not looking at that. Okay. Anyone have any questions? Okay, then when we want to make mention of this service announcement here. Make sure. Go back. Okay. Again, thank you for supporting the CWSC AM 360 to help us financially secure our intelligentsia operations. Take a moment now and help us reach our. I have a message that was recently sent to me. The goal is, if I'm reading the message right, but this was the original message that I got, what I have here on the screen. $10,000 goal up to $25,000 by making your tax-deductible contribution at cwsc.us. Click on the blue donate button located at the top right of our home pages to make a convenient, safe, and secure contribution online in whatever amount is comfortable for you. It's not the size of the contribution, but it is each of us doing our part to the best of our ability. You can make a one-time, a recurring contribution which enables us to better forecast our operating revenue. And now we have your support each month to maintain and expand operations. If you have any difficulty at all in making your gift, please call us at 910-317-0297. And a representative would be happy to assist. Our most popular recurring giving level is just $9.99 a month, or 33 cents a day. And it's a small individual amount based on all of us doing our part to ensure our intelligentsia is strong and ready to remake the world. A recurring contribution means the monthly amount is automatically deducted from your designated account to CWSC. You can cancel anytime. And of course, while your contributions are tax deductible, it is the multiplied blessings of charity, especially during this month, that give the greatest rewards for our generosity. You can also call in your gift by phone at 910-317-0297 and tell us your name, telephone, and email. and a representative will assist you with making your contribution. If you would like to mail in a gift, make your check a money order payable to CWSC. Mail it to CWSC Incorporated, Marina Village, 49053 34th Street, S, 185, St. Petersburg, Florida, 33711-4511. So, anyone have any comments, questions? Please do so at this time. Manira, you see anyone? Hand up. Is anyone there? Is anyone there? Have any questions or concern? I have concluded the presentations. Do we need to go back over anything? Okay, well, if there's no one with any needing to go back or have any input or questions, I know we was ahead of time as we've been in the past. Manira? Manira, are you hearing me? Kalita, are you there?
Yes.
Okay, I was wondering if I was being heard because no one is responding.
Yes, you're being heard.
Okay.
All right. Keep
Okay,
going.
I was asking if anyone needed to go back over some of the slides that were shown. We have time to do that.
No, but maybe if you could just recap your main ideas of the day.
Okay. All
Would be
right. Well,
great.
thank you.
Thank
Thank
you.
Okay. Well, what we was trying to do today, as you've seen in some of the slides, those two slides, is get a better understanding of business cash flow, what it is, how it works, how to analyze it, and ways of improving it. And as all of this information came from, again, research that I am doing and have done and will be continuing to do to get a better understanding of what it is to be in business. And there's so much information out there. I spend during the night, particularly. I should be trying to probably decrease that to be able to give more focus on that. But I find that the better time for me to do some of this research and put these presentations together for us. And I have mentioned before, I did not come from a background of being a business person per se, particularly not where we are and where I'm at now. But the information is there to help not only me, but us, because we can get benefit from it. And that's why, again, I even foremost and first started with the Quran. What does the Quran, and I know I didn't give anything today. Matter of fact, I had wanted to, and let me where's my, I'm losing everything here. I had a verse that I wanted to bring to our attention, but I was kind of hesitant because I was having these technical challenges here. But I would like for you all to seriously consider making this more interactive, because I'm sure some of you that's presently with us who was here earlier on the previous show, we all have something to say or to contribute to help each of us get a better understanding, because I'm a baby in this. And I'm trying to get to be an adult in this, but I can't do it alone. Just stay with the Quran and what we gather from what the prophet, praise and peace of God be upon him, about business. And we have, as you see, that's just a small amount that I have gathered together of quotes and statements and articles from Imam Tariq Muhammad. I have a whole nother presentation with more on there. But we should always remember that the person that got the revelations of the Quran was a man who was already married to a wealthy businesswoman, and he was a businessman himself, and many of his friends that was around him. We know we had early on about to our attention Surah to Quraysh. That was talking about the ethnic group from which Prophet Muhammad, praise and peace of God be upon him, and his companions, many of them came from that tribal people, or that ethnic group of people, and they was doing business. And we heard again what Imam Muhammad said: we have to have some finances. We cannot establish any really of those four birds the way that they have to be established, because government need money, social life need money, education need money. And when you look at the other communities, their business people support all those other institutions. And I'm just hoping, I'm here for the long run to see this thing through. Anyone got any comments? Oh, Manira, I'm sorry, I just see a hand up. Please go ahead. It's not a name listed here. Go
It
ahead.
is 213, area code 213. Your mic is, you can share at this time. 213-392 or 213-925.
Okay.
Assalamu alaikum.
Assalamu alaikum.
Wa alaikum assalam. Can you hear me now?
Yes. Who are we speaking with?
Okay, my name is Amin Yasir Muhammad.
Okay. Assalamu alaikum, brother. Thank you for being with us this morning. Go ahead.
Salam. Yeah, I'm from Los Angeles, and I'm working on creating a podcast or some type of platform where I could broadcast because I want to promote somebody that Imam W.D. Muhammad recommended, Robert Kiyosaki,
Yes.
as a business mentor for us. And Robert Kiyosaki's emphasis on financial education, financial literacy, understanding money, where it came from, how is it used and manipulated and used for us or against us. And I would like to recommend Conspiracy of the Rich by Robert Kiyosaki. He calls it Conspiracy of the Rich, the 8 New Rules of Money. And Robert Kiyosaki was recommended and congratulated by Imam W.D. Muhammad going back about 19 years. And so that book, I'm teaching out of the book. I recently just gave a half-hour presentation the other morning, Friday morning, on Lifeline, the broadcast platform affiliated with the Mosque Cares and Imam W.D. Muhammad II. I mean, he wasn't there, but the brothers and sisters carry on that free conference call. So I was able to introduce our community to Robert Kiyosaki and his importance and how he really should be our mentor because Imam Muhammad told us to do that. So, I'd like to say that. Yeah, go ahead, brother.
Well, thank you. Yeah, and I know another book he did, one of the earlier books he did was Rich Dad, Poor Dad. I have that book.
Yes, sir.
And also the one he did with I'm not gonna say this. I'm just gonna say it.
Donald Trump. Why we want you to be rich?
I'm gonna be nice. I'm gonna be nice and say, President, why we want you to be rich?
Why we want you to be rich? That's right.
Yeah. And also, I signed up. I'm receiving emails from Mr. Robert almost every other day on different books.
Good.
He has written.
Good.
And I hope I can share some. I have to be real careful because I respect rules and regulations on things because a lot of material is copyrighted, and so even some of the things that I have put together and presented in this format, I researched them carefully to see if I have the right to use them, et cetera, et cetera. I just put my number in the chat, brother, and to anyone who don't have it and need it, it's 228-209-2877. And what is your name again, brother?
Amin Muhammad. Back in the day, I wrote a book called Afrocentricity minus Al-Islam Cheats. It was a critique of the Afrocentric.
It sounds like I got that book in my collection somewhere. I don't know why, but it's but give me a call.
Yeah, at the yes, sir. Give me your name and give me a name and number, brother. I don't know if I know you, but I'd like to.
I just put my number in the chat. It's 228-209-2877. And my name is Tariq Abdul Mu'min. Currently, I reside here in the city of Biloxi in Mississippi.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's Tariq Abdul Mu'min.
Mu'min, M-U-M-I-N.
Oh, Mumin, and if you can give that number one more time, brother, because I'm not on the visual chat. I mean, I'm not on the visual Zoom. I'm in my car in the Merck Park here in Los Angeles.
Here it comes: 228-209-2877.
I repeat. Give me that prefix one more time.
228-209-2877. 2877.
Good. Yes, sir. All right, my brother.
Okay.
I got it.
All right. Anyone else? Is anyone else? And remember,
I think they're listening intently to you. You have about 12 people still here. So they're
Okay.
listening. They're still here. But I
Okay.
wanted to know if you could just reiterate that telethon one last time for us.
I was about to shortly.
Yes, sir.
Yes,
Thank
ma'am.
you.
We're going to do that. And thank you for the reminder, because Tariq do forget and everything. So thank you for that. So again, that being said, oh, somebody gave me thumbs up. All right, thank you. I'm still trying to get used to using all this technology too. So again, if you have any concerns or questions about anything that we present, please reach out. If you did not get any of the presentations that we have done since October, all of them has been converted to the PDF format. I sent them to Manira, as well as these two for today. Those are free. Those are available to you. The only ones that's not available to you will be those things that I have put together from the Quran. I don't want to get into the reasons why right now. There's a lot of work has gone into that. Yes, the PowerPoint presentations are available, but you need to give me a call for me to give you the rest of the details of how you can get those. Okay. Again, the PDF format is no charge. All right. And we will be making the two that we presented on today on cash flow available. And actually, I have to do almost every week. I do my best trying to check the errors, but I just found some today. And I went over it again last night. Thought I did a good check, and I found out as I was reading it today, I missed some things. So, well, here we are. Allah reward us for our good intentions and good works. So is there anyone else? Okay. Let me, I hope I don't lose this. Trying to find my slides here, Polito. This thing is not working for me today.
Amen. While you're looking for that, I would just like to remind people
There we
how to contact me if they want the presentations you have sent to me. This is Manera. You can email me at halaka360@yahoo.com. That's HALAQA 360 at yahoo.com. And we'll be happy to forward the previous PowerPoints to you that Imam Tariq has put together for this program. Again, that's HALAQA 360 at yahoo.com. Thank you.
Okay. So we'll end with this. The CWSC AM 360 annual end of the year telethon. On behalf, if I may, I'm allowed to say this. We want to thank you for supporting CWSC AM 360 to help us financially secure our intelligentsia operations. Take a moment now to help us reach our goal of $10,000 to $25,000 by making your tax deductible contribution at cwsc.us. Click on the blue donate button located at the top right of our home pages to make a convenient, safe, and secure contribution online, and whatever amount is comfortable for you. It's not the size of the contribution, but it is each of us doing our part to the best of our ability. You can make a one-time, a recurring contribution which enables us to better forecast our operating revenue. And now we have your support each month to maintain and expand operation. If you have any difficulty at all in making your gift, please call us at 910-317-0297. And a representative will be happy to assist. Our most popular recurring giving level is just $9.99 a month. That's $9.99 a month, or 33 cents a day. And it's a small individual amount based on all of us doing our part to ensure our intelligence is strong and ready to remake the world. A recurring contribution means the monthly amount is automatically deducted from your designated account to CWSC. You can cancel anytime. And of course, while your contributions are tax deductible, it is the multiplied blessings of charity, especially during this month, that give the greatest rewards for our generosity. You can also call in your gift by phone at 910-317-0297 and tell us your name, telephone, and email, and a representative will assist you with making your contribution. If you would like to mail in a gift, make your check a money order payable to CWSC and mail it to CWSC Inc. Incorporated, that is. Marina Village, 4905 34th Street, number 185, St. Petersburg, Florida, 33711-4511. So we want to thank you. We are here, the Entrepreneurs and Development Institute. We are here weekly on Saturdays. They have allotted a time frame for us, 10 o'clock to 12 p.m. Central Standard Time, 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Times, every Saturday. If anyone should have any questions, you can give me a call. My number is there on the screen, 228-209-2877. Or text me, and if I don't respond immediately, I will at my earliest convenience, because I want to work with you in everything. I want you to be a part of what it has here on this flyer. From what our teacher, Imam Muhammad, said, I think as Muslims, we should just shout when someone says, come, let us make an effort to improve our business circumstances. We should just shout, hey, let's go, let's go. We should be ready to go. And that's what I am trying to do, is to live up to this, is to live up to that image that you see on the screen here in the black and white here, representing the Honorable Elijah Muhammad. As Imam Muhammad said, it was he who inspired to us and us to do for self. That's why I have here on this, the man that's standing up straight, the last image, I added on that briefcase, we're helping people do for self. So I was influenced by that language, do for self. So that's where I got it from. So I want a group of people, as you read in some of the other slides, a group of people. And if you have a fear factor in you, go to chapter 35 of the Quran, verse 29, I think it is, along up in there. But if you're not for sure, I can get it to you, where Allah tell us how to overcome the fear of failure. It's right there in the Quran of being in business. It's a simple thing. We do it every day. We pray every day. We are praying, and he mentioned that in the Quran. how to overcome a fear of business failure. A simple process. We mentioned early on when we started doing these presentations, a lot of times we have family, friends, be it whoever, trying to discourage us from going into business. But we would never tell anyone to quit their job. We would never say that. But we don't deal with quote unquote job creation, except you're trying to create a job for yourself as a business person. We never tell anyone not to get a job, but we focus on business establishment because, as I said earlier, all those birds that's mentioned in the Quran, business, in my opinion, is the foundation per se. Because we know we can't neglect doing our prayers, as Allah said in the Quran. We even left yesterday, whoever we, left doing what we was doing, whether it was a job or we working for ourselves as a job, we left and heeded the call one way or other to attend Salatul Jumu'at by Zoom, by Facebook, or other means, or in person at a masjid or Islamic center, wherever one is calling themselves. We heeded that call. And when we concluded, we went back out as Allah has directed us to do. So don't let a fear of failure deter you from going and wanting to do business. Don't let family and friends who love you so dearly will say things to disencourage you from going into business because they always have a mindset of failure. You have to have a resistance for that. And don't give up. Because believe me, if I tell you start talking a little bit more, you might be burdened. But I'm still here. I'm still here, and I'm not gonna stop until I see a sign from Allah to say, stop doing this. And I don't believe Allah gonna give me a sign, but to tell me to stop doing this. You have to stay the course. Even if you do going in a situation and someone betray you in business. Because I have some horror stories on that too. Yeah. Who betray you in business. We ain't talking about losing hundreds of dollars. No, I ain't talking about that. But I picked up myself, moved on, and let Allah deal with it. And that's the best thing to do. But you don't want to give up. That failure could be a test and a strength for you if you know how to manage it correctly. And I'm sure our brother mentioned Robert Kiyosaki. I think he mentioned some things like that early on in one of his books. And that's another thing. There's so much accessible material out there. Use this technology that Allah has brought about through the use of a human person. We find support of it in the Quran. But just if you need those verses where Allah talks about business in the Quran, reach out to me. I already have them available to send them to people so you can give study to it. Don't let anyone come and tell you we don't need to be concerned with the dunya because et cetera, because that is not what Allah says in the Quran. He said, and this is in chapter 28, verse 77, do not neglect your share of this material world. That's a command from Allah. So I have dealt with groups of other ethnic group of Muslims coming through over my life as being a Muslim, trying to don't be concerned with the dunya. The dunya is this. Well, where are you coming from with that? It's not Quranically based. It's not even based in the example of life of Prophet Muhammad because we know his history. And many of them that come through on these groups and everything, ask them what type of business they have. Several of them have a store down on the corner selling beer, alcohol, and gambling lottery tickets now. Yeah. So when I bring that to their attention, they don't want to have any more conversation. But don't give up. Do not give up. keep trying. You know, an entrepreneur is one that not only sell, and I'm gonna use this example that I've seen. One, it had two vendors out there. Both of the vendors were selling watermelons, but one of the vendor just sold watermelons. And the other vendor, he converted some of his watermelons into juice, selling both of them. That's an entrepreneur. So we can end here. So for everybody to be prepared, because I think we got a host meeting coming up. Am I correct?
Yes, sir, you are.
Yes.
Okay, then.
Yes. Imam Tariq, will you be in Jersey next weekend, or will you be able to present?
At this time, I cannot commit.
Okay.
So we don't know what Allah gonna make available after I get off this call or before that event take place. That's the
Okay.
best that I can say at this time. I want to be, but I can't just say yes or no to that.
Okay.
I'm asking Allah to see a way, not trying to get too in depth with it. I had some things challenged to get to the IWD in 50, but Allah blessed me to get there.
Alhamdulillah.
Yeah.
All right. Alhamdulillah. So we plan to be here next week, inshallah.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay then. Well, if there's no any more comments, any more statements or be whatever questions, we can close out with this right here. Do we have any? Okay. ربنا آتنا في الدنيا حسنة وفي الآخرة حسنة وقنا عذاب النار. Oh, our Lord, bestow good upon us in this life, and bestow good upon us in the life to come, and save us from the torment of the fire. Ameen. Assalamu alaikum.
Walaikum assalam.
Remember Allah.